Well, here is part two of unboxing and setting up the LG C3. Man, I am going to have to admit that putting that stand together, at least those first four screws, and combining the two parts of the stand, it was definitely freaking like really freaking tough. Like, I mean, I had to unscrew, rescrew, unscrew, and do whatever multiple times. And I don't know if that screws we got are bad, or if maybe the stand is, or if that's just how it is putting this stand together. But holy crap, it was insanely hard putting the two stand parts together. Now, putting the screws on the stand on the back of the TV was simple and easy as a piece of cake, but putting those bigger four screws in, combining the two parts of the stand, was like I don't know how else I did it. I thought we were gonna have to freaking like either contact LG or possibly get a replacement from Best Buy, maybe like a stand in itself instead of a new TV. But that's all finally taken care of. So now we can finally put up our TV and we can finally set it up right here on our stand. And as you're seeing, I know you're seeing the bottom of the TV right now. So let's get ready to hook this bad boy up. All right. And we got some paper wrap. We should probably keep the paper. Yeah, we should probably keep this paper wrap just for the safety of the television itself. I got so much stuff that I have to move out of the way just in order to lean the TV leaning on the couch. Okay. Alright. I think we're finally set for this television. Alright, so now we lean it very, very gently. Now we carry it and we take it up. Well, and then we got the cord. Ow, I just had a freaking pointy of the stand go through me for a second there. Of course, we got the cord in the dang road. Well, this is not looking good. Yeah. Stupid cord's in the darn road. If we can just move it. Yeah, I gotta... Actually, hold on. We could probably just do this. It's going to be very, very tricky, but hey, we'll get the cord out of the way. Oh, actually, as a matter of fact... Yeah, okay, we just screwed something up here. Trying to get that cord on there. Alright, hold on. I think we know what to do now. Yeah, okay, we just, like, screwed up with this whole freaking cord stuff. Yeah, that's why it's freaking leaning, because the cord stuff is all over it. Alright, hold on. We're almost done. We got it. go. Now we just put her back in there. Let's see how this TV actually looks. Man, for a second there, we had the freaking cord under our stand, and even a pointy spot of the freaking stand went through our finger a little bit. Okay. Gotta make sure the TV looks even on the stand. Okay, it's definitely not centered good. Okay. Well, let's take this thing off and let's check her. Woo, that just shocked me. And right there she is. There is the LG C3. And actually, it is very centered perfect, as you're seeing, right below our fireplace. So it is absolutely perfect. Except it's definitely not straight, so we'll get it straight in here. Okay. And everything looks to be pretty darn good for the most part. We definitely are going to have to. Alright. We're finally set. And I think there. Oh, yeah. Wait, is there not? Oh, there is. It's just. There's where it was. I was wondering where the plastic for this was. Alright. There. Whoa. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Minus all that loud noise. Alright. Forgot to do this. Oh my goodness, it's making so much noise. Don't mind the freaking paper wrap making the weird cracking noise that it's doing. There it goes. Now it's starting to stop. We'll probably just go on ahead and use our current remote because it's going to be most likely compatible with this TV because of being an LG. And alright, now we plug her in and see if she turns on. Boom. Now she is getting power. As you're seeing, the light is officially turned on. But first, I should probably plug in our HDMIs of our game console so that way we basically got stuff ready for this. Now, also, another thing I did forget to mention is that if you are a gamer, you definitely are getting like a lot of, bang for your buck when it comes to basically OLED TVs just altogether. Like, especially when you get a Samsung or an LG OLED, you're getting all four of the HDMI ports being able to do 4K at 120 or 144 hertz. So that is another nice key feature that I did forget to mention about either owning an LG or a Samsung QD OLED, whether it be the S90C, S95C, whatever, whether if it's a Samsung QD OLED or an LG traditional W OLED, you're always going to get all four of the HDMI ports and such be 4K 120, except the 1 and the 2 series, or the A and the B series, I should say. I don't know why I said 1 and 2. I'm going back the opposite direction. But when you get an LG, either the C series or higher up to the G series, if you get a B series, you're only going to be limited to 2 HDMI 2.1 ports. If you go with an A series, however, LG OLED, the panel is only locked at 60 hertz on all four of its HDMI ports, and it won't be getting as bright as the B and especially the C series, and almost especially, well, really, for sure, the G series is what I mean to say. So, if you get all four of the HDMI ports on an OLED, especially if you're an LG fan, you can only do a C series or up. If you go to a B series, you only get two HDMI 2.1 ports. So that's something that I forgot to mention to you. But if you get any of the Samsung QD-OLEDs, even some of Samsung's pretty much like lower decent QLED TVs like the Q70, for an example, like the Q70C, you still get all four HDMI ports 2.1. So even Samsung has got you covered, even if you get a QLED TV rather than a higher Neo QLED or basically their QD OLED. But if you get any of their OLEDs, you're 100% ready for gaming, no matter what the odds are. Like, all the HDMI ports are going to give you the best quality and the best performance. But if you go with an LG OLED series, such as this one or higher, whether it be a C or G, you're also going to get all of them. But I know, I'm getting ready to say it again, but if you go with a B, you only get HDMIs, you only get two HDMI 2.1 ports. And then if you go with an A, you don't get none. It's only limited to 2.0 at 60 hertz refresh rate. So that's something that I forgot to mention for you guys. I know my phone's also not quite straight a little bit, so I know the video might look a little bit crooked. But we're getting ready to turn on the TV, and we're actually going to see if we got a defect panel or if this bad boy works. So once we plug in all of our HDMI stuff, we're pretty much going to be set to basically start rocking. Alrighty. And one thing I definitely do have to admit is that this TV is definitely straight. It's a definitely good panel. Because that's another issue with Samsung's OLEDs, is that you might get some panels that might be bent, especially with their first gen QD OLEDs. Now, they have second gen QD OLEDs, and they're supposed to be better, but they're still not perfect. So, these are the remotes, like I stated, and the only difference is that you have Sling TV and Alexa as two button replacements over the other one. But we're going to use our old C1 remote because it's practically the same thing, and it's going to work on this because it's LG supported. So instead of us putting batteries in that, we'll just do that after we set up the TV. And as you're seeing, it's actually turning on. So this is the moment. And definitely so far the experience is looking pretty darn good. Like, it looks absolutely fresh and clean. So we're going to go on ahead, set up the TV, maybe even try out a console, and then we'll... Oh, well, there it goes. Got some aerator going on.
Okay, language, English, check.
Okay. Okay, it's definitely a little bit different than what I do remember. Okay, yes.
Yes, button.
No. Okay, now you won't hear that that freaking, the freaking whatever Alexa crap or whatever the heck it is. But honestly, I definitely can tell the TV does look, however, a bit more sharper and cleaner than I remember the C1 looking. Even though the C1 already looked fabulous as it already did. But this TV does, however, have slightly better and really good, decent upscaling sharpness process. So this one is definitely going to look better. Now, it's going to ask us for our time zone, which, that's what we're doing. Yeah, where we're at, we have to do that. Okay, so We're just doing the TV itself. So yeah, there is definitely some new different things when setting up this TV over the LG OLED. Or I meant LG C1 OLED. Of course this is an LG OLED, so you can get me on that one. Alright. And now we got our internet, which actually, you know what? I'm just going to go on ahead and enter it, because, I mean, it's probably going to need updated and such, so we'll probably have to do that. So, sorry if I'm a teeny bit on the part of the screen way. It's definitely, and this could just be because we're using a older TV remote, even though it's practically the same. It definitely feels like there's a teeny bit of a delay when pressing buttons from the remote and seeing it appear on the screen. Like, watch, press, and then it was like almost a slick second of a delay. So, but that's not really a big issue really when you are just using the TV for normal usage. But if you're pretty much going to be like gaming like what we're going to be doing, then that's going to really, like, that's going to be a common issue that you would want the lowest latency as possible. And I just stepped on the paper wrap. And we have to do all of this. Select. Okay, we're not doing none of that. Next. I'm going to do that later if I can. Okay, so I'm just going to go on ahead and do this without you guys like actually seeing, because I don't want to know like the area that I live in. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright. So now we're going to do the stand. Now you also get these options. Now I know I was behind the camera, but I had to do that so I can put in the place that I'm living in, so I don't want nobody to know exactly like which town, state that we live in. But you also get these options. Now you also get these options on the older LG OLEDs where it's AI Picture Pro or AI Sound Pro. I'm not going to turn on the sound because it's going to be pretty darn loud. And that's definitely something new that I definitely do not remember the C1 having. And that's actually also good too. You can also turn that on and it looks like your TV will automatically just, randomly update itself when the update becomes available. So that's definitely something really nice that the C1 does not have. But I'm just going to go on to next. And we are pretty much almost done, actually, at this point. Okay. Dude, that actually does look pretty darn good. Like, holy crap. Like, just that picture alone, dude, like, I can definitely tell that the colors are just a tiny bit better on the C3 over the C1, and the brightness is definitely a good bit brighter. So this is definitely looking like a good TV that we did get, however. And that looks like that's pretty much all we had to do. So let's go on ahead and let's turn on our PlayStation 4 Pro and let's see how it also looks on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So we got our... Okay, now it's asking me, do you want to switch the screen of the connected? Yes. Now, another thing what's nice... Okay, this is also new. This, it could possibly be an update that will fix this, but I definitely do not remember getting asked to do this on the LGC1, the LGC1 just automatically would basically turn that on. So that's actually a bit different than I actually thought. And this is the new menu, as you're seeing. So this has definitely got some nice extra like features and such. And we want to go to Game Optimizer to also see the Game Optimizer also. And it's currently turned off at the moment. Oh, it was actually already on. Okay, so we got user and sports that are new added to the LG C3. The LG C1, however, did have these exact four. You had standard, FPS, and then RPG, and then also RTS, which when we played our C1, we wanted to do the RTS because it just would have the better colors and the better, slightly better brightness, and honestly, it made games actually look to me a bit more realistic, which I think that's what the R stands for, is, or whatever. I don't know why I said that, but I just think that that's what that is. And also okay. So there's the picture, and then sound. We're definitely going to turn that off because we technically want to have the all AI Sound Pro just because it does get a bit more louder and a bit more bass. When you do Game Optimizer sound or whatever, it kind of usually lowers the sound a little bit, which I don't like, especially when you can do pretty much like AI Sound Pro, which basically increases the balance, or not balance, I meant what do they call it? Bass or whatever. Like the TV gets loud, like there's like a surround sound pretty much in the whole room, and that's what I like about it, is that it almost sounds like you pretty much got a sound bar. So that's the whole reason I like the AI Sound Pro. I'm actually going to shut this window with the sunlight that's coming in that you're seeing so it doesn't touch part of the screen. So now we got it to shut a tiny bit. Alright, so as of right now, of what it's looking, this is looking a pretty good TV. Like, this is actually looking pretty darn good. Now, hear the TV a little bit. As soon as I switch to AI Sound Pro, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it just feels like you just expanded the sound for like a whole surround sound, and that's what I like about it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go on ahead and just turn the volume down. And see, you don't even have to have the volume like up that much, and you could still hear the TV really well. So that's another thing I like about this TV as well. Okay, that's definitely new. Oh, okay. There's something down below called Dark Room Mode. And Multi-View, okay, that was something else that I definitely did know that I absolutely like. And then there's Game Optimizer, which, yeah, they definitely have changed a lot with this TV, like, so much. Okay, and right there is Dark Room Mode. Let's actually try that out and see what it does. Yeah, definitely lowers the brightness and such, which is pretty useful, especially if you are basically, like, say, like, when the sun goes down, this room is going to be pretty darn dark. That will definitely help out a lot of, like, the panel, and also saving, stuff with your eyes so you don't have to look at insanely bright, spots or whatever, like the TV not being as bright. And that is absolutely new. I can't remember if that was actually an option on the C1 or not. But no matter what you do, you're pretty much going to be getting that as long as you're basically in game mode. So this is actually looking very good. I'm going to actually go to all settings real quick because I want to see some other, stuff and all that. So we're under Game Optimizer. Ooh, personalized picture, that's definitely new. And then there's auto save, or auto power save, which is new. And wow, that actually just got bright. But that's usually what Vivid is technically for. Let's see. We want to go to all settings here. Let's go to there. And it looks like there's energy saving. And the brightness is definitely not on. So we can't go to none of those. Unless that's probably because of an update. And okay, yeah, we can't even have access to our whatever. Ooh, there's actually two different color gamut options. The C1 only had auto detect and native, but wow, there's dynamic and a dull RGB. Let's actually check this out real quick. Okay, the colors definitely get a slightly bit brighter and richer when you go to native. But let's check the other two and let's see how the other two actually look. Okay, it looks like nothing didn't change on that one much. Okay, I seen them to change a tiny bit on the Adobe or Adobe, however you pronounce that word, RGB. Usually we would like native because you just get the best when it comes to native. And we want to do this because honestly you do get slightly better, higher colors and such on that. And other than that, everything else is looking practically the same, but not being able to edit that could just be because we haven't updated the TV yet. So we'll probably do that and see what it actually holds up. But yeah, as you guys are seeing, the TV, it's looking pretty good. It's looking like a pretty solid TV. It is so clean. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And it just looks absolutely breathtaking, and it just looks really nice. I definitely am noticing that her hair, like my, what I call it, avatar pic for my PlayStation console profile, I am noticing that the hair on her is definitely looking a bit more red, more like colorful than I do remember my C1 looking. So it does seem like that the C3 over the C1 does have actually better colors. But there she is. There is our LG C3. So that is our setup process. So hope you all enjoyed the two parts of unboxing and setting up the TV. I know it was tough when we had to end the other video because of the fact that we were putting the 4 screws and the 2 stand parts together was like a nightmare. Like, it was just so tough, and I had to keep re-screwing, unscrewing, and everything like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But other than that, the TV looks like it's a good TV. So stay tuned in for part 3, the review video, and then also stay tuned in for our Samsung S90C QD OLED TV review that will be coming up relatively soon, in probably a week or maybe 2 weeks at most, depending on if we get our refund money back from Samsung here soon, like it is looking like. But other than that, that is the LG C3, and we got the review video for you coming up later. Well, not later, but here soon, and probably in the next day or 2. But we do, however, got a God of War gameplay video of God of War Ragnarok on the PlayStation 4 Pro on this, and I'm actually really, really excited to see how this TV looks compared to our C1 when it comes to the gaming and everything. But that is pretty much going to do it for the video, so hope you enjoy it with our part 2 setup process of the LG C3. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new to this channel, and we will keep you posted with more gaming content and the next TV with the Samsung S90C review coming up. And also, let us know in the comment section down below if you are somebody that has an LG C3, whether it be a 55, 65, or even a 77 inch. Let us know what your experience is with the LG C3, or if you got last year's model, the LG C2 or whatever. So let us know what your experience was with, or if you still have a LG C1 and if it's still going strong. So yeah, just let us know in the comment section down below if you have a C3 or C2 or even C1 and how your experience is with it, and if you are somebody looking for the C4 coming up in just a couple months. So with that being said, rate, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next video. Peace.